I've been thinking about what starting over really means, because I'm someone who has had to start her life over and over and over and over again on so many levels for different reasons, and I'm only 29, right? And I'm starting to understand that the psychology of starting over, emotionally, financially, physically, spiritually, is very much bounded in uncertainty. The psychology of starting over is exhausting, painful on your body, on your soul, and it can drain you if you are not in a space that allows you to understand that rebuilding takes resilience, persistence, confidence, and just not giving up. Hi everyone, welcome to Loba Speaks Season 2, and I am your host, Loba Great. If you're tuning in for the first time, thank you so much for joining us. If you're watching on YouTube, do not forget to leave us a comment and a like, and make sure you subscribe. And if you're listening on Spotify, thank you so much for joining us. Make sure to give us a 5-star rating, and do not forget to follow us. The fact is, many people have many reasons to be starting over. You could be starting over because you switched jobs or changed careers. You could be starting over because you had to move. You could be starting over because you switch schools. Like, new beginnings are always very beautiful, for the most part they're usually very scary. When you're starting over, you are filled with uncertainty. You can hope for the best, but you never really know what life will throw at you. And for someone who has life happening for them, like I mentioned in episode 1, how I felt like I was on top of the world, or I was climbing a tree that was positioning me in a particular way, and for me to go through what I went through physically, the identity shifts that came with everything I was going through in that moment, no one can truly prepare you for that. No one can truly prepare you for the insecurities that come with having to start over. No one can prepare you for the emotional hit that you get when you wake up in the morning and you can't even move your legs, you can't even open your eyes, you don't even have an appetite, because you're internally weak, you're spiritually weak, you feel weak. Everything around you just feels like it's crumbling down after you've tried to rebuild yourself. New beginnings aren't always fun. They aren't always predicted. They aren't always certain. Like, starting over is not something that most people are prepared for. Imagine having to change jobs, having to switch careers, having to get into a new relationship, having to move. Those are new beginnings, and those are momentums of starting over, and no one can really prepare you for the uncertainty that comes with starting over. I mean, the emotional part of starting over, not knowing what steps to take, or even when you know the steps to take, you don't always have clarity on what the outcome would be. And on today's episode, I'd love to talk about that. I'd love to talk about navigating uncertainty when you are moving into new territories, navigating uncertainties around how your new beginnings might make you feel, how to handle the uncertainty itself. Many of us are not always prepared for where life is taking us sometimes. I mean, you can have everything going for you. You have your dream job, your dream career, your dream apartment, your dream boyfriend or girlfriend, and life can hit you with a blow. Life can throw you back down and humble you and help you realize that, yes, this is what life can be, but I can also throw in surprises. I can give you curveballs at any time. Now, how do you navigate when you wake up in the morning on the next day and nothing is as it used to be? In the sense that you thought you were healing, and you were healing fine, you were moving on, you were doing great, and now it's like your whole world is crashing. Everything you've tried to build is crashing down again. It could be because of sickness, it could be because of a family having an accident, it could be you losing your job, it could be you losing an opportunity. How do you navigate those uncertainty? Most of the time, when we are trying to get over our fears, our insecurities, and our disillusions of what life could have been, we might not know what steps to take next, right? Because we thought we had it figured out. We have everything we could ever wish for or pray for, and now life is yanking it out of our hands. Not because it's trying to punish us, but it's here to remind you that healing is not linear. Life is filled with so many surprises, and sometimes you're just not prepared. You're not prepared emotionally, you're not prepared physically. You just have to take it one step at a time. One thing that is certain about life is that life is unpredictable, and changes happen out of nowhere, transitions happen out of nowhere. And when you are someone that's been building up your life in different stages and phases, and life throws you a curveball, or life throws you a delay, or life throws you a setback, it's easy for you to emotionally take that in and not be comfortable. It's easy to feel like you are failing. It's easy to feel like you are delayed and there's setbacks in your journey. However, it's not always in that sense. It's usually because you have to transition and move on to the next level of life. When I was going through what it was that I was going through after I filmed episode 1, I'm not gonna lie, I just felt like at this point God should just take my life, because again, things were going smoothly for me in my reality. I was happy with where a lot of things were at the time, and out of nowhere it felt like I was thrown into a jail, a cell. I couldn't record. My health was just shitty, and it felt like I was failing. It felt like I was betraying myself. I was betraying my craft. I was betraying my commitment and consistency to what I actually want to be doing. And it took a lot of, again, mind games and mind shift. We all know how big I am on my mindset, and I won't lie, during that time I was actually beating myself up a lot, because it was like, wow, how can things be going so well for you and now life is just slowing down? Like, I felt like the momentum was dying, like I was losing momentum. Yeah, that was what it was. I felt like I was losing momentum. Like, why me? Why do I always have to have setbacks? Why do I always have to pause? Why is life targeting me? I felt like I was being attacked. But then now, moving forward, and to be sitting here with where I am right now, I actually appreciate the pause. I appreciate the fact that I had to slow down. I had to learn the lessons that I had to learn. I had to rebuild myself. I had to rebuild my skin, my body, even my mentality. And slowing down because of what happened to me during that transition has helped me see that it helped me reinforce what I have been saying, which is that healing takes time. Healing physically takes time, healing spiritually takes time, healing emotionally takes time. And you can't rush your growth, you can't rush the change, you can't rush your evolution. You are always in a sense of becoming, and there's always so many things, challenges, experiences, moments that are going to be shaping you along the way. And when I was in that state where I was, again, I felt like a failure. I even felt like I was under attack, to be honest, because again, I felt like things were going really, really well, right? I felt like I was building up my podcast and I was untouchable. However, there are some things that happen to us that we don't have a reason as to why it's happening, that you only get answers to in the future. Because the break that I had to take has helped me reinforce my own teachings to myself, my own beliefs to myself, which is that you can't always know what tomorrow will bring you. So always give everything your best shot. Give the job your best shot. Give your life the best shot. Give your relationships the best shot. And romanticize your life. yes, I think that's what I also want to touch on. When you're someone who always has to start over, or life is always giving you moments of pausing and cutting you short during your momentum, I feel like it's a way of life also trying to tell you that you need to slow down and romanticize your life. And when I say romanticize your life, it's in the sense that, for example, the way I was going through what I was going through, the sickness that I was going through at the time, it made me go back to the drawing board, right? When I was able to now get my health back, when I was able to look at my skin and what needs to be done to fix it, when I had to look at my diet, when I had to look at who I even interacted with in the period moving forward after that, it helps me romanticize my life. Like, it helps me take care of myself more. I don't rush things as much as I used to. I don't even want things as fast as I used to anymore. I feel like the delayed gratification that comes with taking my time to achieve my goals and the things that I want is so satisfying. Like, it's extremely satisfying. And if I didn't go through that slow motion again, that slow period again, I wasn't going to have clarity. And that's another thing that comes with slowing down. When life slows you down, it helps you go back to the drawing board. Like, you actually look at the roadmap. Where was I before I got to where I am right now? And where I am right now, what's going to get me to where I want to go? Like, it's going to give you so much clarity that you can actually draw up a strategy and become so strategic with how you want to keep moving forward. And that's where I am right now. But all of that would have never happened if I didn't slow down, if I didn't take that break, even though it was a forced break. But again, it just helps me take life less serious. It reinforced my beliefs. It's like this. I'm someone who's always saying, oh, things always work out for me regardless, right? But then there's still usually that bit of panicking, that little bit of anxiety, wanting to know what the outcome will be. But after I had to slow down in life, after I had to take a fucking chill pill, I truly believe in my own beliefs even more, right? There's nothing you can tell me. I just feel like things are working. I'm even more confident. I have conviction in what I say and how I move because I had to slow down, because I had to take a break, because I had to take a chill pill. So when life forces you to slow down, when life forces you to have a new beginning that is definitely uncomfortable, that is different from what you hoped for, embrace it. It won't be easy, trust me, because when I was down deep in that darkness, I was saying things that I wouldn't say to myself on a normal day. I was saying things that were vile and dark about myself, oh, why me? Why do I always have to have things happen to me when I'm building momentum? Did I jinx myself? But then that's just part of being human, to be honest. That's just part of being human. That's the part of your soul that's reminding you that you are human. You can feel like a unicorn all you want. You can feel whimsical as much as you want, but you're still human. And that's another thing that I went through during that whole thing that I was going through, which was that yes, you can feel like you're floating, you're a unicorn, and you have all these mystical beliefs, but it reminded me of how raw actually that I am, how human I am, how, I won't say fragile I am, but it made me I felt everything in that moment. I felt everything physically, I felt everything spiritually, I felt everything emotionally. But I appreciate it all. I appreciate it all because it basically ironed me to refine how I move, how I take care of myself, where I go, who I converse with, what energies I allow myself to take in and absorb. And again, remind myself that this is just another phase and another transition, and we just have to keep moving forward regardless of how uncertain the future is. You just cannot give up on yourself. You cannot give up on your dreams and goals because you're going through what you feel is the hardest part of your life. Also, during that time, I felt like I had to also remind myself of my previous wins, which I think is what a lot of us forget to do. Like, I know whatever you're going through right now is not the biggest shit you've been in. You've overcame so many bigger shits. I can assure you of that. And if this is the biggest shit that you are going through, if you're going through any kinds of shit, you will get through it. Because think back to every single thing that you have survived, all the leaps of faiths that you have taken that has gotten you to the position you're in right now. So whatever is in front of you right now, whatever is lingering on your heart and soul right now that's dampening your joy, just remind yourself of how far you've come. Clap for yourself, pat yourself in the back, romanticize yourself a little bit more. Buy yourself what makes you feel good in the moment. Treat yourself a little bit. And yeah, not giving up is also a biggest part of it, because there will be days when you feel like, you know what, I'm just going to throw in the towel. This is it. I'm giving up. But you just have to keep moving forward, especially if you see something bright for yourself as a person, when you know that, again, you've survived 1 2 3 before. So this ABCD 1 2 3 that's presenting itself is just another phase. This too shall pass. I'm going back to the topic of romanticizing your life. You can do this in so many physical, practical ways. You can do this by speaking life into yourself. You can do this by, again, reminding yourselves of your small wins, big wins, medium wins, and reminding yourself that you're allowed to evolve. You are in the process of evolving. You are in transition. As long as you're alive, there will always be problems anyways, and this too will pass, and this is just a matter of time. And you can't give up. How many times was I tell you that you cannot give up? This is not the time to give up. As a matter of fact, the more you feel like life is stretching you, the more you should build the resilience muscle, because you do have it in you. And you have to build from where you are with what you have and keep moving forward. Romanticize your life by being intentional. Romanticize your life by moving slower, having a slower morning, not having to rush, going to bed early so that you wake up early and move and pace yourself. Romanticize your life by writing down your goals, your dreams, your aspirations, and reminding yourself of what you want, who you are, and how you're gonna get there. Be calculating and strategic with how you move in the world. Remind yourself again that nothing is impossible and that you can overcome anything, because you've got this, because you are becoming the best version of yourself. So like I said, being 29 and going through so many transitions, having to take so many leaps of faith, have just reminded me, or will always remind me, that again, life can always throw you curveballs. You have to just keep moving forward. Remind yourself that you are in a phase of evolving at all times, and there's always something to romanticize your life about. There's always something to be grateful for. There's always room for more. And even though you are moving through uncertain times, one thing is going to be certain though. You will come out, and you come out shining and glowing. And remember not to rush the transformation as well. Remember to take it all in and continue to be grateful. Thank you so much for joining me for this episode. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe, leave me a comment, let's continue the conversation. And if you're listening on Spotify, do not forget to give us a 5-star rating and a follow. I'll catch you in my next episode. Thank you for tuning in, and stay blessed. Bye.